Hi, everyone. Welcome back for another dispatch. It was suggested, perhaps, that I read from the book Painting and Consciousness that I wrote some years ago. I did a little bit, but maybe it's time again. And maybe it was suggested that perhaps I just talk some about it. And I don't have anything prepared to say, but I'll pause and see what happens. I don't have anything particularly prepared. This is recording. Good. So, okay. Chapter one. Painting is an expression of consciousness. The book, Painting and Consciousness. Painting is an expression of consciousness. What exactly this means and entails is what I hope this book will explain. I don't really know yet. I hope to find out. I have a hunch that it is important and that it has to do with painting's contribution to the world, our world, today. We are truly living in precarious times. What does painting matter? And it seems to me, I think a lot of you have heard me say this, there is something deeply human about painting, using our hands, our minds and hearts, trying to feel into the image, trying to move it towards wholeness, trying to make something that feels real, something that feels of me, something that takes time to make, something that may not show any financial benefit, something that carries meaning. All of that's really important. And it really goes counter to so much of what's happening in the world. My goodness. So for those of us that are drawn to it, honor that. It's not a small thing. We're in massive transition, and it's going to hit us. And okay, painting, right? Painting is an expression of consciousness. What does this mean? When I paint, what is occurring? Like, like actually, what am I actually doing when I paint? Good question. What follows in this first section is an attempt to describe the activity and situation of painting from the perspective of this me that I learned since very early childhood to think of as me, a localized, separate self. So that is this first section. I'm writing about the activity of painting in terms that we normally think of. There's me, Jordan, and I'm this guy, and I come into my play, our world, and I'm a person, and right, okay, like that's important. Um, but there may be deeper or more expansive or more essential. Maybe that's the best word here. An essential me. What is that? What is a core? What is this core that is present always? What is that? All right, we'll get there. I have a desire to mark, to take material and mark on a surface. I have a desire to see, to look clearly at what I am seeing, to receive fully and clearly what I am seeing, and then to make a mark, many marks, in relation to what I am seeing. Sometimes I wish to capture what I am seeing, copy it, emulate it, capture the glory of it. Sometimes the desire is different. I want to touch it, acknowledge it, then perhaps get closer, and dance with what I'm seeing. There's a desire for an intimacy with my vision, not to get lost in it, not to forget myself, but something akin to that, to find myself, know myself in the very experience of seeing, without thoughts, and in the experience of marking, without expectations and without a goal. No time, just the being here, in the seeing and in the marking. Painting, right? Like, yeah, when we're just here seeing and marking, there is just something so delicious about that. It's like, I don't need to get anything in particular done, just be here and do this. And it's just delicious. It's good. I'm participating in some larger way. All right. Then it goes on and becomes more than that. There begins an engagement with the canvas, with this rectangle, this open area, and something occurs. A shift occurs, and this open area becomes an open arena. This flat surface becomes a space, an imagined and felt space. And my mark no longer lands flat on the surface of the canvas, but travels somehow inward into the experience of the space of the open arena. Magic occurs. Painting, right? It's like, oh, I'm in, like it opens. I don't know how to say it more than, but there's like that sense of engagement, that sense of expansive participation. And it's available through just showing up. And I mean, that part takes some skill development, right? To get used to, not for everybody, but most of us, to be able to reliably dream into the flat surface, and it starts to open spatially, right? And yeah, it's a gift. All right. What does it mean that the flat surface opens up imaginatively into an open space? What are the implications of this? That two radically different experiences, a flat one and a spatial one, are both equally available to the viewer. I will return to this question. That's great. Yeah, right. And then it's, yeah, yeah. As time continues, the marks accrue, relationships of marks multiply, forms begin to appear, my eye begins to travel through circuitous visual pathways, following the marks, but also engaging and responding to the confines of the canvas, right? The four sides, the borders and boundaries of the four sides. Something begins to come into being. This handmade two-dimensional image and surface begins to come into being. I wasn't here before this experience. And if I stay present in my marking and in my seeing, if I stay present in my awareness, then this image starts to carry its own presence of being. Somehow, as if magically, I am able to locate in this new thing that is appearing a resonance, a presence, being. Like there's this recognition, and it's such a curious thing. Here I am, just kind of like, doing my thing, just marking, paying attention, being here, looking, seeing, marking. And then it starts to accumulate. Something starts to gather and something's appearing and it starts to have a resonance. It starts to resonate. I wasn't keeping track of time. I suppose I should. All right, I'm going to pause. I'll come back. How to and why to engage deeply in our making, in our painting. Like, what is that about? And how does it serve my life? All right. See you later. Bye.